Gideon, hey, how's it going?
Hi, good. How about yourself?
Great. So I really was moved by Witch Hunt. I felt it just so unsettling, but in the best way possible. The horror kind of seeped in a little bit when I was watching it, and I love how still the camera was. Your director did her own sound design. I've never really seen a director that, does sound design as well, so involved in that, the feeling that I got from it. What does that mean for you? What's sort of your consideration for sound?
I think sound has so much to do with a project, music, everything, because I feel like if it's not right, it can really, really, really pull you out of it fast, easily. You're like, what? That doesn't seem right. But with Elle, everything was very hands on deck, and she was very particular with every shot, every, you know, character or like changing character, and she knew how she wanted the project to be from the get-go, what she wanted the music to sound like, what she wanted it to look like, which almost made it like the process really smooth, because
Mhm.
she knew what she wanted.
Reading a lot about your rituals and routines. So this is something that you do every day, right? That you map out your dreams, that you write them down, that you have the candle magic, that and every
Yeah.
sort of ritual matters to you. So
Yeah,
did you find that maybe you adapted a little bit when making this movie, making this project, or was this already sort of ingrained within you?
I would say the craft really changed things. It's always been ingrained in me. I've always been spiritual. My family's very spiritual. I've been going to a psychic since I was 6. So funny. But yeah, it's definitely something that shaped my life. But working on the craft and literally going to witch school with the other girls taught me a lot more, and helped me feel like comfortable in my own practice, which isn't anything crazy, but it definitely isn't has become an everyday thing for me. Just like lighting my candles. I have a little altar, it feels good. Like it's a grounding of, force in my life now.
And to that end, you said that Elizabeth Mitchell was one of the nicest people that you genuinely ever met. And that,
Mm.
comes into play in this film where she's playing your mother, but also an executive producer of the film too. Do you sort of feel that off-screen connection in a movie like this?
Oh yeah, definitely. We would sit and we would talk about anything. She's just so open, kind of like a big sister, to be completely honest, and just very motherly. Like, her energy is just so calming. Like, she is like actually one of the most genuinely sweet people I've ever met.
Mhm.
She's just the best. Yeah.
The timing for this movie is fortuitous as well, because it was supposed to originally be at last year's South by Southwest and then played at this year's South by Southwest. But now, the time of the season, the fall, we're going into Halloween, obviously a holiday that means a lot to you. I'd
Mhm.
read about your worst Halloween costume. You talked about Morticia, but I wanted to know about the best. What was sort of the best costume you've ever had, and maybe your best Halloween memory?
Oh, I have a few of the best costumes. I was Sugar from Some Like It Hot, and I got
Mm.
her silver dress custom made, and that was amazing. And I did a really good Elvira. I did a really good Carrie. Uh, what was I last year? Oh my gosh! But I did a really good Juliet, the Boz Lerman version. I like
Yeah.
handmade that dress. I sewed the angel wings onto it. That was a really good one. Um, Best Halloween memories. I was in college, living in Chicago, and that's when I was Carrie. And we just walked around, took the subways around all night, and went to all these crazy underground Halloween parties. And we ended up at one, and it was all black lights,
Mm.
and that was really cool. That was a great Halloween. That was an awesome Halloween.
Gonna ask you about that for college because you were studying photography, and I'm seeing these projects that you're in. We've talked about sound, but camera work, lighting, everything like that just seems to play in so much into it. what about for yourself? I mean, do you envision yourself maybe one day helming a project, producing a project?
Oh, definitely. It's a dream, and I have ideas. It will happen. Yes,
What do
I'd
you
love to
take
do
in
that.
from like a movie like this one, which is so, it's so aware of itself, of, you know, how it films and what it films. What's it like to live in that world?
Oh, it's always incredible to be on a set and to see how people work, and especially Elle. She's not a first-time director, but
Mhm.
you know, just like watching how she works as like a young female director and how she stands her ground. It's you can never stop learning. Uh, it's all very inspiring to me.
What have you found in terms of, you know, your projects have meant a lot to me, and I think Witch Hunt is sort of the perfect film at this time. What projects have meant a lot to you? What have you come at as a viewer and you've really sort of zoned in on and felt like it meant something to you?
Um, a project I've done.
Or a project that maybe you weren't involved in? Yeah,
Hmm.
anything that you've watched and really, really felt. And I imagine for the projects you're in that, you know, a lot of them mean something to you.
Yeah, the Mustang really meant a lot to me.
Mhm.
I really connected with that project. And God, I feel like most things I watch get to me. Um, but yeah, I don't know. I guess I can't really think of anything off the top of my head, but I really, the Mustang meant a lot to me. Let's just, yeah.
Yeah. I want to ask you about that one because, you know, the way that you appear in that film, you know, you come in the first time and like, I couldn't even tell. Like, I know you're in the movie. I don't even recognize you. You are sort of outside of yourself almost. How did you get into that character? How did you feel when you were shooting it?
I was so nervous. Uh, that movie, I was so nervous because Matthias is so cool, so chill, but that character was so intense, and he really sat in his character, and um, but just prepping for it, like we would sit across from each other at the table before the scenes would start and just kind of, look at each other and get into it. Yeah, but I don't know. I just, I read the script and I know what I want to do. I know how I want to be the character. Yeah.
You've talked about a theme too that played in the Mustang and definitely played into Witch Hunt as well, is that, you know, you said that you didn't grow up with a father figure, that, you know, that maybe that void follows you from project to project. Do you feel like, you know, are you seeking ones out in which sort of your reality reflects your work on screen, or does it just sort of come about that way?
It just kind of comes about that way, which I found to be very therapeutic,
Mm.
in certain senses. But yeah, I don't strive to find projects about girls with daddy problems or strive to find projects about being a witch. It just kind of happened.
The work is there, right? If you're
Yeah.
finding what you're looking for.
Yes.
What can you say about your project coming up? I mean, probably your first time, I think, in the sort of true crime genre. And
Yeah.
certainly that, you know, shooting in New Orleans, there's certain spirits there. Everybody says it's haunted.
Yeah,
What
but
do
I
you
don't want
anticipate?
to. I'm
No, you
scared
don't
of
want.
that. I'm not welcoming that in. No.
Okay,
No.
you're gonna
No.
keep that energy out, right?
Yes. No, no, no. I'm scared of that. Nope. I'm just gonna positive energy.
Mhm.
Yes. So
But what's something that you feel when you're sort of diving into this project that, you know, maybe you've never done something like this before? How does that feel for you?
it's intense because I'm playing a real person. I'm portraying a certain part of her life that was very, very, upsetting, and will be for the rest of her life. And she's been very sweet and open, and I just want to do her story justice because it's a very important story to tell. I'm just honored that I was chosen to portray this person. Yeah.
All right. Yeah, that looks incredible. Recently, you've done some work. I think you'd said that you've been doing like what I do, doing some interviews yourself. What have you sort of gotten from that? Didn't you say you had just interviewed your grandfather, I think?
Yeah, I just, he just asked me to interview him for the Shout Factory because they're going to feature all of his films on their website. So we just walked through his office, and I interviewed him on his films, which I'm very familiar with, and he's
Mm.
a role model of mine, so that was nice. It's cute.
How did you feel? How did you sort of feel when the tables were turned a little bit? You were on that side.
It was cool. I wanted to do it for him.
Yeah.
It was easy because I'm so familiar.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And I thought it was fun too that in Witch Hunt that your mom got a shout out at the end of the movie. She was listed as one of the thank yous. I don't know in particular what she had contributed for it, but
If I'm gonna be honest, she didn't contribute anything. Like, she was not part of the project. I just kind of think they put that in there. I'm not sure why they did, and I'm being honest right now. I was like, oh, that's funny. But I guess she birthed me. Maybe that was her contribution.
I want to ask you lastly, now that you're getting to put out Witch Hunt into the world, I think it's such an incredible experience of a film. What's something that you'd like people to take away from it? What do you think is sort of the best way to experience a film like this?
um have fun with it,
Mhm.
realize that, you know, everybody can hone into their own magic. It's a Halloween movie. It's a movie
Mhm.
of love and sisterhood and supporting each other. It's just a fun spooky season movie. So yeah.
Yeah, I think that's great. Your sort of theme of empowering women. I think feel
Yeah,
that's really
always.
really important
That's always
within
my theme.
your film, within your life, with everything.
Yeah.
And I did want to say thank you because it's been really really amazing hearing from you and sort of a little bit about what drives you. So I
Thank
really
you. Of
appreciate that. It's been such a pleasure.
course. It
Thank
has
you,
been. Have
Gideon.
a great day, Charles.